This lady was brutally raped and suffered 50 plus injuries including stab wounds while jogging with her sister at Taman Ria Jaya Kedah, and she was found dead. The victim name is called Chee Gaik Yap. She was a 24-year-old marketing executive. On 14 January 2006, Chee and her sister Gaik Chun went out for a run. And actually Gaik Chun was the one who wanted the job, not Chee. Chee was just accompanying her to make sure that she is safe. And while running, Chee being more athletic, she was way far ahead of Gaik Chun until Gaik Chun lost sight of Chee. And when it's time to go home, Gaik Chun couldn't find Chee and she assumed Chee just went back home already. But when she returned home, she couldn't find Chee anywhere. She quickly rushed back to the park to look for Chee. She couldn't find Chee, but she found Chee's abandoned shoes and blood stains. She feels something is not right. She quickly called her family, and the family quickly reported to the police. At around 2:30 a.m. on 15th of January, about 9 hours after Chee's disappearance, a passerby found a semi-naked body in the thick woods, and sadly it was later identified as Chee. The autopsy revealed that Chee suffered over 50 injuries including stab wounds. The stab wound is caused by a 15 cm stab to the neck, and that's the cause of death. Initial investigation, police brought in 12 suspects for questioning, but all of them were released due to lack of evidence. However, in 2019, a major breakthrough when police retested all the suspects, and this time they found a DNA match with the semen sample. The suspect was a 28-year-old Shahrial Jafar. However, after he tested DNA, he quickly fled to Australia from Malaysia already. 3 years later, in 2012, he unexpectedly returned back to Malaysia, and this is when police arrested him at KLIA and he was charged with murder. But in the trial of 2013, the High Court ruled that the prosecution failed to prove that he was the killer due to lack of eyewitnesses and inconclusive DNA sample links. And the result, Shahrial was acquitted, and this caused a lot of anger within the family, and Chee's family decided to appeal the decision. In the new trial, Shahrial's defense claimed Chee willingly got into his car and had sex with him for 350 ringgit. And after they have sex, Chee left the car and Shahrial drove away. Basically, Shahrial tried to plant Chee as a sex worker, and Shahrial said a third person must have murdered her after he drove away. However, the prosecution rejected this and argued that although there may have been a contamination from the body from being left in the forest for long hours, but Shahrial's DNA was still found in the DNA test, which directly linked him to the case and couldn't be ignored. In the final verdict, the court overturned the earlier decision and found Shahrial guilty of murder and sentenced him to death by hanging. Shahrial then appealed to Court of Appeal and Federal Court. However, all of his appeal were dismissed. Shahrial even tried to appeal his sentence because Malaysia just abolished the mandatory death sentence. However, it was also rejected by the court, and Shahrial is currently still waiting for execution. There are a lot more details about this case. You guys can read online. Basically, Chee's family fight for this case for so long. Let's pray for the family again, and may Chee's soul rest in peace.